folks, hope you're doing well today. Say I have another bike specific video for you today, and it's this again Honda CRF 300L. And today, because it's raining outside and storming, I can't ride. Well, I could, but you know, who wants to start out in the rain, right? For no reason. This kickstand on the Honda, it's absolutely ridiculous. Why I haven't dropped the bike because of this kickstand yet is a miracle to me. It really is, especially since I have the Race Tech suspension in here. It came with it. I don't even just at a stop, I have to be so careful leaning this sucker over because she's gonna go. She just is. Now I'm gonna have to get rid of this kickstand regardless because I know it's just not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna modify this. I'm gonna cut it somewhere in here, and I'm going to use this 3/4 inch outside diameter tube that's a 16 gauge. This wall here is what is it, 50 thousandths, 47 thousandths, somewhere around there, and use that for my adjustment. I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to weld this pipe onto the foot, and then I'm going to drill a series of holes so that I can have some adjustment. And just what I figure I need for extended length is about 1.5 inches probably with this bike here. Now I could buy an aftermarket side stand, but you know, the cheapest one is like, well, there's some eBay ones that are like $47. It's like, I don't know, you know. And then you've got T-Rex, which is about $120. And then there's another brand, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like $206 for a kickstand. So that's not going to work. Or it'll work, but I don't know. You know, I got to get rid of this anyway, so I might as well just slice and dice it, right? Might as well. And my thinking is I'm hoping that this 3/4 inch pipe will fit inside of here. We'll find out when I cut it. And if that's not strong enough, if this pipe is not strong enough, I can use this 5/8 aluminum, and that fits nicely right inside there. So I could use that as a stiffener, and I could just put a set screw in there to hold it in place or something, but a grub screw they call it. And also I'm going to disable this side stand switch because it's already caused me issues a couple times, and I think, honestly, my opinion, for a side stand, I disable them on all my bikes because I find them more dangerous than they are safe. You know, I ride a lot more in rough stuff, and if this kickstand is going to be, you know, jumping up and down and stalling my motor, I can't have that. You know, I ride a lot more than I stop. So if I stop and I try and start in gear, you know, I'm going down at 0 miles an hour, whereas, you know, if this causes me to crash at 30 miles an hour, that's bad. So let me cut this off, and once I do that, we'll test fit this pipe in here, see if it actually fits, and then the whole world will know. And I gotta get the spring off too, but let's do that. All right, I cut me off a 9-inch piece of pipe here, and look at that, man. That fits in there so nice. It's like it was made for it. There's hardly any slop in there. You can see it. It's not tight. It's just a nice slip fit. You know, as a machinist, I would call that really, really good. And I did mark my alignment here for the kickstand. And also I was thinking to keep it in line, if you're unaware, a pipe like this is welded. You can might be able to see the little weld right there. There's going to be a seam right here. So I can use that to keep myself in alignment on both ends. So we're going to do that. I'm going to start by, I think, let me get my pin out here. I'm going to start by, of course I'm going to weld this on, but I'm going to start with a 1/2 inch hole. I'm going to put a hole like right, I think right here, about 1 inch up. So I'll put my first hole like, say, right here. And what that'll do, that'll put me at almost like stock height if I want to. And I'm going to go every 1/2 inch with a hole on my mill. I won't be showing that because I just don't want to. But anyways, that's the plan. I'm going to get to welding this, and then we'll assemble it. I got to take all this apart first, I guess, but I got to take this off to drill it. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, just to simulate my kickstand alignment, I wanted to double check my height. I've got an 1.5 inch 2x8 here, and this is about where I want the lean angle. This is pretty good. That would probably be maximum. I could always go lower than that, but I've got this bottomed out, and I marked right where the foot peg, right where the kickstand foot sits on the ground, basically. Because I think if I have it, let me lean it over here. If I extend this out a little bit, come on. So right about. So if I want it right about there, that'll be about right. Unless I go, nope, I'd have to go. Yeah, so that's about right about there. So we're going to go with that. And I got it all welded up. Now all I've got to do is take the kickstand off and start drilling holes. Okay, I got all my holes drilled, and this side stand switch, I did the part that comes out of here, I ground that off. And I may or may not use this cover again that goes right there. I'm not sure yet. See how it looks. Disabled that, cut that stupid thing off. It's up in here in this semi-clear thingy-dingy. Just take off this side panel, one bolt here, and unplug it, snip it, wire it, just wire it together. So let's get this. Oh, also that little tab right there, cut that bitch off. Don't want it. Don't need it. It's hard to get it oriented. So I'm gonna have to get this on here, this bolt and the nut, and we should be about ready to rock and roll. Test this thing out. Okay, need a little help with this. And like I said, you know, I'm going to have to get a different side stand anyway, so I might as well just modify this one. And if you're curious, this 3/4 tube, my local home center, I paid $11.42 for. This 5/8 rod, what is that, 5/8 aluminum. This here, I didn't get this off of Amazon, but you can get 13 inches of this off of Amazon for, I think it was $6.99 or $7.99. I'll post a link. And just for your information also, I used about 6 inches of the 3/4 tube and 6 inches of the aluminum. So if you have a friend with a CRF 300, you could do 2 in one crack and split the money. Also for welding, well, welding is welding. I have a cheapo Harbor Freight welder that I use. It's like a $99 job. It works. It does the business. I need my 17. Torque that down. I might need to put some Loctite on that. You know what? I'm going to. I'm just going to, because I can and I'm here. Just a little dab of Loctite. Come on, there we go. I've been getting a cough lately, especially with all those. We've had this horrible smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Man, I've just been coughing like crazy. It's a joke going around that Minnesota is Canada's ashtray, which I'm kind of starting to feel that way. Third season in a row, we've just had massive wildfire smoke from Canada. Okay, there we go. That's a little floppy, isn't it? But we need to get the spring on next. This is a tricky part. So I think this went, I can't remember the orientation. Let's go with over, under. I'm gonna get that a little tighter. I don't like that. I don't have a spring puller. I wish I did. So Vice grips it is. Yep, my bike's moving. Yeah, come on. That's a tough one, isn't it? There we go. Oh man. Make sure that stays on there. Give her a whack. There we go. Okay. M6 bolt. I'm going to start out. I put the hole at the top. So I'm going to start out. And I put holes every ½ inch. So let's see how this does. So that'd be one. Let's start it right about there. I bet you that'll get me pretty close to where I want to be. Oh no. Oh, you had to fall down, didn't you? Oh. Okay, got to get another nut. Dang it. Hate it when I do that. I'm not going to put this all the way on, just enough so it doesn't fall off. And these are the bolts for that cover, which I'm not sure I'm going to put back on. I wonder if I can put it on with the spring on, can I? Maybe not. Oh, I see. That's not quite in the proper place. I need to bump this spring over a bit. There we go. I'll decide on that later. Now I can let my lift down. I'm just gonna have the kickstand up. Uh-oh. There we go. There's my nut right there. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, much better. That is so much better. Wow, yes. I like that tons better. Before it was leaning way, 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 way over. So, I'm not going to show you the bike. You know what it looks like if you have a 300. So, that's about that. I'm going to call that a done deal. Okay, so the Kickstand Mod is done. I got a little impatient. I did paint it, but I got a little impatient. Can you see that? I already got marks on it. I'm going to have to repaint it. I only let it dry for like 2 hours. Oops. But you can see the lean angle, which is way better than it was before. I mean, way better. Lots better. So that was worth my time and effort. Actually, it didn't take that much time. I would say if I was to do it again with what I know now, probably without painting, an hour tops. So, and I'm very happy with it. It cost me, you know, 20 bucks. I think it cost me 20 bucks. 20 bucks and an hour of my time. So that's pretty reasonable. So if anybody out there is thinking about lowering your kickstand, I'd say, or not lowering, extending it, the stock one, do it. Just do it. That little aluminum bar in there, that steel bar, I'd say it's plenty rigid. I know the way it was, it would never have held up because with my 195 pounds on there and 50, 60 pounds of gear, say, it would never have worked. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was informative. And we will see you soon, and we'll see how this sucker holds up over time. All right, Frostbite out.